Morning, morning, Legolas. Morning, Frizu. We're just waiting for folks here. Just trying to get some folks to join us here before we get started. Morning, and Howell, I guess. Morning, Tron. Yeah, so I have the risk disclosure, guys. I know you're probably well aware of it, but we'll start off with that. Give you guys a chance to review that as we wait for folks to kind of join us here before we get started. Yeah, I think, Tron, I think you're well aware of what's contained in the risk disclosure. Morning, Mike. Yeah, a little bit. Still kind of have this nagging cough. Doesn't seem to want to go away. All right. Let's see what are we doing on time. Yes, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. Okay, guys. So I'll start off the risk disclosure. We all understand that futures contains a fair amount of risk, and that we should not invest capital that we can't otherwise afford to lose. You all understand that market trader and myself is here in strictly as an educational purpose, right? I'm here to share general information. This information is not to be treated as investment advice, to buy, sell any, or recommend, endorse, sponsor any security company or fund. Yeah. So again, like I said, really, I'm here to offer some insights on the market, and basically, you accept the information at your own risk. Okay. And I don't make any claim that no claim on as far as the investment validity of the information provided, right? So it's really to be taken at your own risk. Really is, again, as for education and purposes only. Okay. All right. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, I like to start the week I like to start the week and every day with news. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stop share for a moment and share again, but this time I'm gonna display my window where I have my screen, so I can locate that. Economic calendar, there it is. Share that. So the good news is that we don't have much in the way of news. We have a 2-star event here coming up, not coming up, I guess later this afternoon. 2-star event from one of the FOMC members. Is going to speak anytime the FOMC or any member of the FOMC speaks. Always has the possibility of shaking up the markets because they're at everybody's takes their information and runs with it, right? However small. Okay. So good news. There's not much in the way of news, so we can treat the markets and treat the levels that we come up with. With a little bit more consistency, right? We don't have to, account for any news that could affect the markets in some unpredictable way. All right. So let's go ahead and move to the charts. Do that and that, and then click on share. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and I have here platinum on the left here. We'll maybe if we have some time here at the end, we'll talk about platinum, that seems to be a kind of on a push higher today. So let's take a look with the gold market. So I'm gonna go ahead and all right, gold market. Here is the 2 minute chart. Looks like we're headed higher. I'd like to start. I'd like to start the week. Um, Turn this off here for a second. I'd like to start the week with kind of a weekly kind of view, just to see what the general direction of the market is headed. We continue to kind of staircase our way higher, right? We had a couple of weeks there that were bearish, and now we're starting the week with a developing bullish candle in an otherwise market that is in a bullish trend. Okay. There was some thought that maybe we could go into a little bit of a deeper. I guess people are not able to see my chart. Is that right? Okay, let's do this one more time. All right, let's see. All right, can I get some confirmation on whether or not you guys can see my screen or not? Okay. All right. Okay. So as saying, guys, we were, last couple of weeks, we were thinking that maybe that would go into a little bit of a deeper. We're looking at maybe 2,200 as that level. We managed. Well, we are not out of the woods yet, but we started the week with a developing bullish candle on the weekly chart. So I'm not necessarily prepared to call that we are in a bearish market. Okay. I think as long as we can maintain this kind of look and feel here, I would say that we are in a bullish market, right? We kind of are basically just tested the bottom range of the bullish channel here, right? So nothing too dramatic, although 2 weeks worth of selling. Okay. So again, weekly still telling us that we're headed higher. Okay. Daily telling us a bit of the same here. Now we're having, you can see here that we are, we had this development of a demand level. Technically, it didn't quite break the bottom, all right, without starting to develop yet another demand zone. Okay, so if you look here to the right or left, I should say, you can see here that we are developing a little bit of a demand zone. Now, for me, we're still kind of either in range, okay, with really to kind of say that we are in a potentially a new trend. Would like to see this guy, whoever this person was, that was able to break out of this range, kind of taken out. And what I mean by taken out is I'd like to see price close above this area here, right? So this area right here. So that's what, I don't know, was that it? 2340. Okay. If we can get price to close about 2340, I would feel more comfortable that, the bulls have kind of taken control of the market. They've already shown some signs here. Okay. We have a bullish piercing candle. We have a couple of bearish candles, but none of these candles were able to make a new low. Okay. It looks like we're about to potentially make a new high today. I say potentially because we're still, well into the day, and there's still a fair amount of day that remains. Okay, so daily developing bullish as well with demand zone for our chart. Okay, so we have kind of a series. I don't know if you want to call this a double bottom, but we have a couple of maybe even a triple bottom here. It looks like. It looks like a little bit of a W pattern that's forming here on the 4-hour chart. Again, this is where I'm kind of looking at this level right here. this 2132 or 2332 level, all right, as kind of the potential springboard for higher prices. Where could this potentially stop? Well, we're looking to the left, and we can see that we have a zone here at 2350 that could cause price to pause. All right. But if we manage to get above it, then we at least have the opportunity to get up to those levels and potentially beyond. Okay, potentially beyond. So we get 2360, 2350. This is a zone that I see here as well. Okay, so right here, this looks like a little bit of a supply zone for me. So I'm going to go ahead and color that in as red. Okay, since looks like we've already had a bounce away from that level. Okay, this is what we got from the daily chart, so we'll leave that there. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm seeing on the 4-hour. Okay, so let's drop to the 30-minute chart. We have a pretty strong developing candle here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up initial balance. We have initial balance right now is, kind of in line to what we have had in the past, maybe a little bit on the bigger side, but still maybe in line with maybe some of the more recent initial balances that we've had. Let's just double check here. All right. Okay. All right. Just double checking to see. Yeah. So we have initial balance that is relatively in line with what we've had in the past. All right. For GC. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's see. I want to go ahead and open up ADR levels. Do that. Okay. We have ADR levels. Let's go ahead and remove these areas here. I think we kind of know what those areas are now. Okay. Let's see, ADR levels not drawing in today. So let's see if I can find them. Yeah, I'm just trying to locate the ADR levels. Looks like not at least for me, not really drawing in. Or basically it's the same level. Yeah, it looks like it's basically the same level here, guys. It's drawing right on top of what we had for Friday, right? To the T here. Okay. So we have what ADR high at 2333.7. Okay. So 2333.7. ADR high 2333.7. Okay. ADR low is what is that? 2292.7. 2292.7. And then we have settlement price. Settlement at what was that? 2310.10. Okay. Go ahead. Turn off. Oh, that was actually ASR. Sorry, guys. Looks like ASR. That was ASR. So let me go find. Is that ASR? No, that was ADR, wasn't it? Yeah, ADR. Okay, so let's go to turn off ADR, and we're going to go ahead and turn on ASR. Okay, so ASR, we have a top line of, I want to say 2327. 2327.7, and then ADR low of looks like almost 2800. What is that? 28. I'm gonna stretch this out here a little bit, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna call it 2800.3. Okay, 2800.3 is ASR 2800.3. All right. Okay, so what would be some potential kind of areas that we would be interested in? Okay, well, those are the areas that we just mentioned are price levels that we always look at, right? We have price. Well, one thing I haven't drawn is fixed range volume profile. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's locate the let's see, Friday 530 bar. There it is. Drag that across to the 1330 bar. Right there. Right there. Okay. So we are stretch zoom out of this as much as I can. So we are above value. All right. We are above value. We have a lot of longs. Okay. A lot of longs in the market. Overnight was also long. We are above ASR. We are about to, based on the daily, it looks like we are about to potentially break to new grounds. Okay, here. Where could this current move kind of pause? Well, ASR, we're already above it. So I'm kind of looking to see what ADR has. Well, we're challenging that as well. Okay, right now. Okay, so both ADR and ASR price is above both. Right now, we have to see if ADR holds, right, or if price holds here, or whether it continues higher. Okay, initial balance edge, okay, could offer us an opportunity to potentially fade. For me, not really inclined to buy at these current levels, okay, but maybe with an initial balance break and then a revisit of that same break back, might cause me to want to participate, right? So if it does one of these moves, gets above initial balance, then maybe initial balance edge will serve as an area for me to participate in the market. Okay. Really, it's difficult right now, given the strength that we're seeing. We see a lot of overlapping candles, but the candles that are dominating are the the bullish type. Well, I need to look at the market and see, well, where would be a good location to participate. And for me, on the bullish side, I'd have to look at a little bit lower pricing. Okay, I have to look at places where I can see some demand. Okay, so here is an area. Okay, I'm going to draw in as a demand, but not maybe shaded in as a very dark demand because I haven't had any rejection away from it. Okay, so I'm going to draw this in. I'm drawing this based on the conviction bar I see on the 30-minute bar. It also has some confluence because it's also IB edge. So when price kind of, market makers kind of move price down to this area, right? It responded, right, with a buyer, all right? And that's kind of what's kind of creating this bullish candle. Again, I need to look at areas where I see evidence of buying in order for me to participate. VWAP, value weighted average price, could be another area where I would want to potentially participate. Okay. Um, yeah, if I'm a seller, well, I need to look at higher prices. Right now, I don't really see, other than ADR, as a place for me to potentially. We're starting to see a little bit of a pullback away from this area. Maybe the 15-minute chart is starting to give us something here that would indicate that maybe it's reached a little temporary high. Okay, so we'll have to see how this candle kind of finishes, and maybe there is a kind of three bar reversal candle that develops here. But we are probably a couple of candles away from making that kind of conclusion in the market. Okay, right now we have a break higher, and now this candle here is showing some signs, but we're I would say a ways away from evidence that we do have. I guess the bears have the resources to bring the market back down. Okay. All right, so let me take a look and see if there's any questions. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. Okay, looking at crude oil, same kind of deal. I like the location here of this one little bit better since it's coming off of VWAP. But before I go there, let's take a look at the weekly chart. All right, so weekly chart. I'm gonna bring this down here a little bit. Kind of been a bit choppy, I would say, of late. We had a really deep pullback, in this market before we got, buyers. Okay. Now we've gotten some reaction off of that level. Okay. And, headed higher. Now it feels like we're a bit in range. I say this seems like it's developing a larger kind of consolidation pattern here. If I were to draw something, that would be something along these kind of lines. Okay. So it's kind of like in this consolidation triangle pattern that is developing here on the weekly. All right. Daily chart. Okay. So we're coming off the top end of that triangle I just drew into an area again where we can see that we have some evidence of buying. All right. Now the question is whoever brought this market up from here, is he or she still around to drive prices back higher, or are we going to explore maybe a little bit further down, maybe to the bottom of this channel? Okay, not channel, but this triangle pattern that I drew. Okay, so we'll have to see how this plays out. Right now, we have a developing bullish candle against an area of demand in otherwise bearish activity, right, over the last few days. Okay, looking at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. So I'm going to turn some of these things off here because it makes it a little easier for me to read. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to turn off settlement price as well. All right, so here we are again. You can see that we have a series of candles here that are coming off this daily level that we've drawn for ourselves. You can see that maybe the bearish price action is starting. You see these candles; they're losing a little bit of steam. We had a very strong another one, but then now we have a series of candles here that are not generating the same kind of steam that we had before, right? So maybe I say maybe the bears are starting to get a little bit of a stronghold in this area here. Okay, but we still need to see a new high. We still need to get above. I would say, was that 79.50? Okay, still need to get above 79.50 in order to start to see some break of structure to indicate that the bulls indeed have kind of taken the control of the market. Right now, we're still kind of at the mercy of the bears. Okay, but we are. It appears to me that we're kind of coming into kind of a little bit of a bottom here, based on the 4-hour chart. All right, let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, we are above VWAP. Okay, above VWAP here on the 30-minute, and although we're starting to see some price action that would indicate maybe we are headed lower. Okay, as long as price stays above VWAP, then I'm of that bullish opinion. Once we get price to close below VWAP, then my opinion changes and to the point where maybe we could be seeing lower pricing. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. Let's see what the volume profile has to say over here. Okay, so we locate the 9 o'clock bar here for Friday, and then drag that to the 13:30 or 4:30 bar on. There it is, right there. Okay, so we are technically inside value right now. This actually already closed inside value. So inside value means balanced or range kind of price action. The fact that we kind of breached it and tried one more time, only to be met by sellers, maybe is an indication that we could maybe get a potentially failed auction here, maybe to the other side of value here. Okay, before we make another attempt at a long here. Okay, but we still need to see a close below VWAP. That's probably the first indication. We have already gotten a close inside value. Now we're starting to see that. Okay, We're about what, a minute or so away from the open of the market here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can open up initial balance. I don't think initial balance actually started yet. This is initial balance from Friday. All right, there's initial balance. Okay, starting to open up here. The market's starting to open inside balance, open inside value. So again, we did get a close with below VWAP. All right. So again, that could be an indicator that we could see potentially prices to maybe kind of peak lower. All right. Um, we are coming into an area of demand. So let's see. Let's look at ADR here. ADR looks like we are to the top side of ADR, which is kind of another kind of look how well price reacted away from average daily range here. Okay, we have now a nice candle that probably would have caused a lot of you to go long, get reversed because of this statistical level that we track. All right. So let's figure out what these levels are. So ADR high we have here at what's that 7907, I guess 7907. We got ADR low at 7720. Let's see, 7724, something like this. ADR low 7724. And then we have settlement price, which you're going to open up here, is going to be, looks like around the same level here, maybe a little bit lower. Settlement is 77.99, right about 78. Okay. Settlement 77.99. We're going to go ahead and turn ADR levels here for a minute and do ASR. ASR is above us here at what is this? 79.45. Looks like 79.45 ASR. 79.45, and then ASR low is what is that? 77. Looks like 77.85. Okay, 77.85. Okay, all right. So now we have these levels. Again, I'm going to be kind of patiently waiting for initial balance. They kind of form here and see where that places us. If we do happen to be around settlement or ASR down to the bottom here, that would be kind of a nice level reversal area. We're starting to see some price action, even though it closed below. We got a reaction right away. With some buying here. Okay, again, it's going to be interesting to see how this candle closes. Okay. Now, if we keep getting kind of a close above VWAP, a close below VWAP, a close above VWAP, well, I think you understand what I'm trying to lead into is that maybe we're headed into more of a range market. Okay. In the crude oil, I mean, we're already seeing some evidence in the fact that we've already opened inside value. All right. Inside value. And we're starting to see this, kind of a little bit of a overlapping candles here. Okay. So we'll see how this plays out. Like I said, I'm not really super I would say not the word. Motivated is not the word, but I mean, I'm not going to chase. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait for the market to kind of play out and tell me what it wants to do. I'm not going to be aggressively, getting into any sort of position here, especially on a Monday. Mondays for me are days where I have to let the market kind of, come to me more than maybe usual. All right. And remain patient. Okay. So let's take a look and see. No question. So we're just going to go ahead and move to the NASDAQ. Okay. It's see what the NASDAQ holds for us. Let's take a look at the weekly. Looking at the weekly, we got, we're starting to see a series of bullish candles here. Okay. I guess after tax week. Okay, so we've broken a channel to the upside, and we're kind of headed higher. All right, now we're coming into an area here where we could potentially, starting to come into this territory. We're kind of, chewing away at whoever this person was. Okay, we've opened the week bullish, I would say. Okay, in another why we have a series of candles here now, looking to go higher. Okay. So looking at the daily, let's see, daily, again, same kind of series here. Okay, we have a move, right? A pullback, and then a move that breaks some structure here. Okay, so this is all bullish price action, right? We got a break above this bearish channel, a pullback to the top of the channel, and for another continuation. So we're kind of staircasing our way higher. Okay. Now we are coming into a zone, right? We can see here we are coming into a zone where we potentially could see some sellers. All right. Right here, right? We see evidence of it, right? You see this candle, and you see this candle a wick away from it, right? So this area here has the potential to find some sellers right here, okay? Right in this area around 18,000 or 18,200, 18,300. All in this area has the potential of finding some sellers, okay? The question is, do the buyers have the resources to absorb that and continue with bullish price action above? Okay, but I have to be aware of this area. Okay, this area could cause price to reverse away. Okay, just trying to find my little arrow bar here. So it could do one of these numbers and then come back down. Okay. All right. So that's what I see on the daily chart. Looking at the 4-hour chart. Okay. Again, we are seeing, again, similar to what we were talking about before on the daily. We're starting to see a little bit of a staircase. The only concern that I have here is we're starting to come. You see these conviction bars that we're seeing here. Okay. These are not to be taken lightly, right? These bars here. Okay. So if they were a seller at these prices before, chances are they're sellers at these prices again. Okay. So 18,200, 18,500, 18, 350. These are all areas, pockets where I could potentially see some sellers. Now, if I do get above all this, right, and we've started to make some inroads into getting above some of this, then yeah, our opinion starts to change more and more, right? We are technically in a bullish channel to the upside. So I can't discount that, right? But I have to be wary of what the road ahead looks like. Okay, so let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. All right, so 30-minute chart. We are. I'm going to go ahead and turn off ASR and just open up ADR, and then I'm going to open up initial balance. Well, initial balance is not quite ready yet, so I'm actually going to turn that off here. Say okay. So we are in the kind of the middle of the range. I'm going to go ahead and do my fixed range volume profile here in a second. Let's see. Let's stretch this out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go down to Friday, and I'm going to locate the 630 bar. There it is. Drag that across to the 1330 bar, and we're kind of just above. Just a hair above value from Friday, all right, which is still bullish, okay. We are above settlement price. We are above VWAP. These are all indications. Actually, one thing I want to add here is my EMA. I don't see that here, so my EMA. That's also a good kind of guide for me on sort of the general sentiment of the market. So I'm going to go and add my 233 EMA here. Input, we'll call this 233, and we're going to color that style as gold. All right, here we are, and make a little line a little bigger. Okay, where's my EMA? So yeah, so my EMA is also telling me that, we're in a bullish kind of mode at the moment. Okay. So let's see. We've done this. Let's talk levels here. So let's figure out where this ADR high is and see. Right now we're kind of in the middle. So we'll say ADR high. Oh, what'd I do? ADR high looks like, what is that? 18,216.75, 18,216.75. Okay, we have ADR low at, what is that? Under, let's see, 17, let's call it 879. ADR low, 17,879. Okay. And then we have settlement price at, let's get rid of this here. 17,743 is settlement. Seventeen 743. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and turn off ADR and turn on ASR and see where that places us. And we have ASR here at 18,120, looks like. Or yeah, 18,120. ASR high. We'll move this up here a little bit. Okay, we got ASR high here at 18,120. 120. Oops. And then we have ADR low here at around, I'm just going to call it 17.8. 17.8. Yeah, 17.8. Okay, something like that. Okay, so again, guys, still early in the market, kind of grinding to the upside here a little bit. Starting to see maybe a little bit of slowing in this up move. While we're bullish, not overly, bullish here of late. So that could offer us a little bit of a pullback, and if it did, well, we have a lot of room here. There are some pockets here that could cause price to stall. I would say settlement price, this psychological level of 18,000. I do see that we do have a demand zone here around 18,000. Okay, so that might be another area if we are long on the market. Okay, stretch this out here as much as I can, make it nice and big for you guys to see. Okay. This here would offer a nice reversal area here. Okay, 18,000. Should we reach it? Okay. Right now we're kind of staircasing our way higher. Before I can kind of really change my opinion on this sort of price action, I would need to see a break of structure to the bottom of this. Right. I need the bears to kind of take this person out before I can really say that we're potentially heading lower. Okay. And plus, we have a lot of reference levels here below us that could offer us a place to reverse or continue, I should say, price action. Right? We have VWAP down here at what was that? 18. What is that? 2727. Is that 229? No, 1830. Okay, 1830 could offer kind of a reversal higher like that. And then we have 18,025 here as well. So let's go ahead and indicate these levels a little bit. Okay, we've already kind of recovered that over here. All right, so here we are. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing. Again, Mondays for me are patience. Okay, so we're gonna have to be patient and wait for our levels. Again, we are a little bit of a kind of bullish price action here, but I'm seeing some pricing, some price action that it would indicate maybe the bullish activity is starting to kind of wane here a little bit. But I would need to see a break of structure before I kind of change my opinion. All right. So let's see here. All right, nothing going on there. So let's look at the ES market, which I don't expect is going to tell us all that much different other than different pricing here. So we have the weekly chart. Weekly chart here is telling us the same kind of things that we've been kind of saying and seeing on the NASDAQ. Okay. We have a series of candles that are headed higher. Okay. We have a candle here that pretty much took out this candle here. We got a candle that reversed away from that same area. So there obviously buyers stepped in here. And then now we have a developing bullish candle on to start the week. All right. So nothing to indicate here that we're seeing nothing but bullish. Okay. So daily, looking at the daily chart. All right, daily chart, we're starting to break some structure here. Okay, we broke some structure. And we are coming up at, I guess, 5,200, 5,250, 5,270 as areas that potentially could stall price. But we are starting to make a bit, I see a little bit of a demand zone that got created here. Okay, here you see a little demand being created here around 5040, as low as 5,000. Okay, this area is so 5,000 for now seems to be an area of demand. All right, the reason I call it is that it has not been able to close inside that area. Okay, but I could also equally say that there is a supply zone up above me, right around here. Okay, so as much as I can say that there's a demand, I also say supply. So we could stay in this range. Definitely can stay in this range, right? Until we break a new level, either to the upside or to the downside. Right now, I would say that the bulls are a bit in control. I would say in the market. So looking at the 4-hour chart, same deal. Okay, we are above this EMA that I use and track. All right, we are above VWAP. All right, also another indication that we are we're seeing bullish price action. Okay, we are seeing again coming up at this area here at let's say was that 5,200? Okay, 5,200. This 5,200 level might be an area where we could see a little bit of selling. Okay, here, right at this level. Right, I'm looking to the left here, and I see that there's a relatively strong, bearish candle. Right, so again, while I'm seeing bullish price action, I also have to be wary of where this could stall. And this is an area where it could stall potentially. And if not, then I look at the next level, 5,240. Everywhere I see evidence of selling. All right. So looking at the 30-minute chart, 30-minute chart. All right. So we have this 4-hour level that we drew in. All right. We're going to stretch these out a little bit. Okay. Okay, this looks better. Okay, we're going to find my fixed range volume profile for Friday. Here we see 1, 2, 3. There it is. Drag that across to the 1330 bar. Okay, so here we are. Similar to what we were seeing in NASDAQ, we are above value. So bulls are in control. We have some reference levels here at VWAP and settlement price that would serve as good levels for us to potentially participate in this continuation move to the upside. What I don't want to see is any closes back inside or back below settlement price, because that will open up the door for us to maybe explore pricing through here. Okay, right? You can see here, you can see how value area high and settlement price are pretty much the same price. Okay, so if I'm a bull, I can potentially see a pullback down to VWAP or pull back down to settlement price, but I don't want to see price close inside this value, because then it opens up the door for price to kind of make the full rotation through value all the way down to 5140. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and call out some of these levels. So we're going to go ADR to start is way above, not way above, but above So we'll say this is going to be, let's see, around 52. We're going to call it 5202. 5202. All right. 5202 is the ADR high. 5202 ADR high. Okay. ADR, it's actually ADR low is, let's call this, what was that? 5131.25. 5132.25. And then settlement price is, let's turn this off here. Let's get rid of this here. Is 161.50. Oops, didn't want to do that. 51 settlement. $51.60.50. Okay. ASR. Let's see. Close this off. ASR. Okay. ASR. ASR is the market's still technically not open, but it's predicting. Let's see what to call this top level here. 51.87.75. 51.87.75. And then we have ADR low here at just a hair under, going to go 151.18, 51.18.75. Okay. Okay, there we are. Okay. So yeah, just like we had mentioned in the NASDAQ market, I'm going to be, kind of patient here. If I'm along, okay. If I'm inclined to, maybe potentially take this, fade this potentially, then I need to find a reference level above me to kind of lean on to support that, and maybe for a move back to VWAP or a move back to settlement price. Right now, I have to respect the fact that we are headed higher. Okay. We are in a channel to the upside, right? We don't want to overthink it. That's what we see, right? So as long as we are in this kind of mode, then we have to look for a reference level that will allow us to continue. And that's where VWAP and settlement price come in for me. Okay. All right. I think that's all I have to say for ES. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Brista. All right, no worries. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap up with the YM. All right, so YM, and let's see YM, and maybe if we do have some time, maybe we'll take a peek at platinum. All right, so looking at the weekly chart. Okay, same deal, guys. Nothing really too much different than the other equities. We're coming off some levels, headed higher. Daily chart, okay, telling us the same thing. We're breaking some structure to the upside. Again, a good indication that we might be headed higher. 39,200? Is that right? 39,200 seems to be an area that could potentially cause price stall here a little bit. For our chart, again, continue to make a series of higher highs. We're kind of staircasing our way higher. We're above EMA. We're above VWAP. All indications that we're headed higher. We are in a bullish channel to the upside. All pointing up. Okay. So let's remove this and add this, and then we'll go ahead to 30-minute chart. Okay. Okay, so again, a lot of the same look and feel that we've had in the other markets, Nasdaq and the ES. Okay, we're above VWAP, we're above settlement. A little bit away from it, right? Not super inclined to participate in the long right at this moment. But if I do get a price to come back down to VWAP or back down to settlement or back down to this channel, this is kind of, I would say, kind of prime buy real estate. Okay, this would be an area that I would be interested in potentially participating in the market. Okay. All right, let's draw a fixed range volume profile. Did I do that already? I don't think I did. Let's go ahead and locate the I think that's it right there. Right there. Drag that across here. Okay. So we are above value. All right. Not by much, but we're still above value. We have a developing kind of bearish candle as we head into the open of the market. Again, let's go ahead and call out these levels, okay, and let folks kind of trade the opening range should they decide to. So ADR high is, what's that, 39,163, 39,163, 163. Okay, ADR low is 30, what is that, 38,677, 38,677, 38,677, and then we have settle at 38,869, somewhere in between. 38,869. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn off ADR, turn on ASR. So ASR is what is that? 30, it's like 39. I'm going to call it 39,070. 39,070. AR to the downside is, looks like what, 38. Switch this out here a little bit. 38. I'm going to call it 38,681. 38,681. 38,681. 38,866. Oh, geez. 38,681. All right. Okay. So here we are. All right. Okay. Just in time for the markets. All right. So again, guys, if I'm a bull, I'm going to be patient. If I'm a bear, I might be enticed, to take it back down to VWAP or maybe take it back down to the end of this channel. But if not, then I'm waiting for the, initial balance to kind of get created here and then see what levels that provides. Okay. Okay. So one last kind of bonus market I'm going to take a look at here, guys, because, I have, someone who's super dedicated in watching me. Don't be afraid to hit the like button if what I've shared with you resonates, or if you like the content I'm bringing. If you are new to me, definitely hit the subscribe button so you get notified when I do come online. But yeah, encourage me to come here and provide this content for you by hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at platinum. It's something that he's been kind of badgering me on for some time. So I'm gonna see if I can, accommodate here. All right, so looking at the weekly chart, we are below this EMA here, which indicates to me that we are, potentially, still in kind of in control of the bears. Okay. I am seeing that, we have a little bit of a demand zone down here on the weekly. Okay. Gonna go ahead and color that in. All right. So weekly, a little bit demand. We are below EMA, right? So that kind of causes me a little bit of pause, but should we break above, let's say 991 and maybe even above EMA here at 1,000, then maybe, we start to really get behind a move to the long side. Okay. Daily chart, right? So we're starting to see a series here of bullish candles. We have I don't know if this is a head and shoulder pattern, but sure looks like it. We have this is the head, this is the shoulder, maybe a developing shoulder. I'm not sure. Okay. On the daily chart, this EMA, we are already above. Okay, so which could be an indication, and we have a developing bullish candle. All right. So the daily looks a little bit more bullish than what I was seeing on the weekly. Okay. But we still have some road to hoe here. All right. We have this 990, 1,000, right? This area here could be resistant here, right? If you're seeing here, we're on the top end of the range. We're starting to see some wicks on both ends of the candles. So this is an area of contention at the moment. All right. For our chart, again, we are, I would say kind of staircasing our way up, but I can't say that I'm overly impressed with the recent movement, right? It's certainly not this kind of movement, right? We go up, small, shallow pullback, fire, fire, fire. Uh, uh, Second kind of pullback, we fired, but didn't fire with all the same, kind of gusto that we had back here. We are above EMA, so that obviously bodes well to the longs. Okay, looking at the 30-minute chart, right? 30-minute chart, we're above settlement, above VWAP. All right, now we are looks like developing a little bit of a bearish kind of area here, supply zone. All right, would like to see price get above this level, and then stars maybe potentially start to entertain along here. I'm seeing a lot of an area here that's maybe right for sellers. Okay, although we are above VWAP and above settlement price, I have to think that maybe we'll come back. My spidey senses tell me that maybe we come back to revisit here before we make any serious move higher. All right, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So let's open up. I'm going to assume that platinum opens at the same time. I don't know if it's 8:30 or 9 o'clock, but let's look at 8:30 and drag that across to the 13:30. Okay, so we are above value. All right, bulls are very much in control. Although I see maybe that we might be, in the short term headed down to one of these levels. At which point, then maybe I would start to be, interested, or buyers would become interested in scooping up some platinum here around VWAP or settlement price. Okay. Let's see. I don't think it is initial balance open here for this market. Yeah, it looks like it is. So the nice thing about the initial balance, I think it accounts for whatever market you're in and automatically adjusts here. Okay, which is nice. So yeah. So So right now I'm in an area where I would expect to see some selling. And if I'm interested in a continuation, I'm looking down at these levels and remaining patient for those levels to come to fruition before I begin to participate. All right. One last check for any other questions here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. I wanted to take a little peek of the. I don't see Tron. Maybe Tron is still there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of, take a peek here at the platinum market. I don't know if I'm going to continue kind of reviewing it as I have time, but yeah. So Mondays are patience days. Okay. Be extra cautious, be extra patient to wait for your levels before you execute on trades. Mondays are like that for me. I kind of ease my way into the week. So I want to wish everyone a safe and profitable session. And more importantly, I want to my desire for everyone is that you trade the market like a pro as well as a market trader. Okay, be a market trader, trade like a pro is what I want to say. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I'll see some of you later this afternoon in group coaching. Otherwise, don't be afraid to hit the like button as you exit the session here. And I'll talk to you guys either in the Top Step channel and Coach Ray, or later this afternoon in group coaching. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day.